Hi, Lori Michelle, Moshiach here. Today, Hashem has asked me to read a passage from my book, Blindsided by Messiah, that explains how and where the dead will return. I've posted some other videos explaining that Hashem says the resurrection of the dead, the prophecy of the dead returning, is absolutely true. And I know firsthand that it is physically possible. I posted a video about that as well. Today, he wants me to read a paragraph that I put in my book in my first trip to Israel in the chapter called Breaking Free. It's on page 237. He asked me to read this paragraph and then explain how and where the dead will be resurrected. We stayed in a furnished apartment in Rehavia, Jerusalem. Every morning, Hashem woke me to vivid visions and spectacular 3D movies of world redemption. He showed me in one vision the location where 11 souls who will be among the first to be resurrected will return to life in a time to come. This would be the beginning of the resurrection of the dead that has been written about in biblical prophecy. In this vision, he showed me a specific tunnel that led to the Kotel Plaza. At the entry of this tunnel, he showed me bright white light that spun forward in a circular motion at a very high speed. As the white light reached the end of the tunnel, I watched in awe as the light transformed into fully clothed IDF soldiers walking into the Kotel Plaza. Hashem explained that there would be 10 soldiers who would return years before redemption was complete. They would be accompanied by Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. This vision was followed by another vision of the famous Rebbe Menachem Schneerson and his wife coming through the same tunnel, dancing joyously together. It was made clear by Hashem that the Rebbe and his wife weren't among the souls who will return at that time. They were shown celebrating this miraculous occasion with the soldiers and Eliyahu Hanavi. I've never forgotten these spectacular images or the overwhelming emotion it brought me that morning. Wow. This is one entry, a spectacular entry, a mind-bending entry in my book. There's so much more in this book, but today I'm going to focus on the resurrection of the dead that's in prophecy. Hashem says that this is true, that the dead will be resurrected, and a lot of speculation of how and when that will occur has been spoken about, and I've heard a lot of rabbis online. And it's not going to be like Michael Jackson's Thriller, where people are going to pop up out of graves. He explains to me that there's a special tunnel that leads to the Kotel Plaza, the Western Wall, the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem, and that's where it's going to occur. Prior to these 11 souls that will be resurrected before world redemption, years before, he says there will be 2 other souls that return without fanfare. Nobody's going to even realize they returned until they make themselves known. But he says that it's going to be done in an orderly fashion. This first resurrection of the dead is to encourage the Jewish children and the world to know that the prophecy is true as they enter into a phase of the world where we are at war, world war. So it's a gift to the Jewish children and all the world to inspire us and give us great emotion and hope and knowledge that God is real and the prophecies are true. So I can go on and on about this, but he has shown me this tunnel. It's a special tunnel. He says the learned, the people who are very knowledgeable, know about this tunnel. I've never been in this tunnel, but I can also tell you that that part of Jerusalem is highly elevated, meaning whenever I'm near the Kotel or in that part of the old city, the sound of the spirit world, their voices, is very loud to me. I hear them. And this particular tunnel is very elevated and very close to the physical world. There's, he says, a chasm that connects us with them through that tunnel. And at a time to come, he says, this is where it's going to occur. In the future, when redemption has occurred and the resurrection of the dead will happen, meaning people we love, we know and love, will return to us. He says it won't happen overnight, and it won't happen in the graveyard. It will happen through this tunnel over time, over many years, and it will be done in an orderly fashion. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because we wouldn't want millions of people just to pop up and then what do we do with everyone? It'll happen over time, and there'll be a greeting committee. We'll get to greet people who return. It'll be done over many years. There's a lot more information about redemption and the future of our world in the book, so I hope you'll go online. This is very exciting information, and it's all from Hashem. I couldn't, wouldn't, and didn't invent any of this. It's all from Hashem, these explanations and revelations about the resurrection and what's in store for us. So please go online, month of May. I'll chat with you if you have questions. And he says, in a time to come, I will not be able to do that. And I want to. I'll have to do it in public forums. So take me up on this. I'm ready. I'm ready to answer all your questions that I can and inspire you to do the work of world peace with me. God bless you. Peace on earth in our time.